man, not since the Crips and Bloods have I seen such a wondrous thing as this.
I thought I would never live to see it. I mean, the Hatfields and the McCoys.
I know.
The Klingons and the humans.
The Jeffersons and the Bunkers. I mean, I never thought I would see this. The Flintstones and the Rebels. Now we got
cats and dogs.
Cats and dogs
together.
Can you believe this?
Do you guys know I've been waiting for like 9 fucking years to see this movie? 9 years.
Yeah, I mean, and what's that in dog years?
2 hours, too fucking long.
Yeah,
is what it is.
But the 2 other dogs that were hanging out with me, they're dead now.
What you talking about? Leon and Cyrus right here. They ain't gone.
Yeah.
Hey, wait a minute.
Your
No.
favorite dog.
No respect.
I'm sorry. Leon would be the cat in that relationship.
Our bite is worse than our bark, so I'm just warning you now.
Yeah, I'm just saying you cool, Leon. You cool as a cat.
They were both cats. Couple of pussies.
Yes, I was about to say, sorry. God damn it, you! Why did you deny me my joke?
We've been together so long.
I know.
That we all tell the same jokes.
Just edit it out, and then you re-record.
I know,
You
man.
don't tell him that. He does it anyway.
Now, when did the first Cats and Dogs come out?
2001, I think?
2001, yeah.
Was it really that long ago?
Yeah, well,
Really? So it really was 9 years ago?
Yeah.
No.
shockingly enough, I did my research.
So really, I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, even with this big
Why wouldn't you
range,
believe me?
I mean, this is the Godfather 2 of talking animals movies. That's favorite. It's the Catagula family,
I couldn't even remember. All I was thinking was like, wait a minute. As soon as I saw the trailer for it, I was like, wait a minute. Didn't that movie come out back in like 1982 or something? I was like, who is really looking for this movie?
No, you say that, co-host, but there was something I really remembered very strongly from the first Cats and Dogs movie, and that was that it sucked.
See, I didn't think it
that's the
did.
thing.
I hated it.
I'm the guy
awful.
who didn't think it sucked. It may be the only one of these talking dog and cat movies that was tolerable.
How come nobody's tried to do another talking animal, like an Animal Farm movie? I know they did like a TV movie of Animal Farm, but how come nobody's tried to make a motion picture of that? To like really reclaim this whole talking animal deal.
Because it's
to make it
disconcerting.
likable again.
Because it's disconcerting to watch the way they do them talking. It's hard to take it seriously. It really is. And Cats and Dogs 2, with the animation they're doing on the mouths, they're not even really trying at sometimes.
Dude, I mean, yeah, they're like it, or like, okay, you have like the main character who they might do, they might put an advanced robot in for, but the rest of them, they're just pretty much like taxidermy stuffed pets. They just shake a lot.
The first one, compared to all these others, especially, I was like, you know what? For what this really isn't bad. And despite the just mountain of problems Cats and Dogs 2 has, I feel pretty much the same way about this one.
Man, I thought it was a good idea when they first announced Cats and Dogs, because the premise of the first one was that, yeah, we see them as pets, but secretly dogs are protecting us against cats. And, I've always thought cats were little motherfuckers anyway. So.
You're wrong.
Yeah, you're wrong. They're sneaky little motherfuckers.
Yeah. No, they're sneaky bitches. I mean, they give two craps about
this
what
is just
anybody
the
else
Pirates
is doing.
versus Ninjas argument all over again.
With the first movie, I thought, man, that was done so badly. And I have to say, I don't think that this second one is too far from that. It is better, though. Because they don't, I guess with this one, they get away from so much of the kiddie part of the first one. If you remember, it was a story about a boy and his dog when you got right down to it. And they just kind of left all the cool spy stuff with the animals in the background for me. With this one, they actually bring all that spy stuff to the forefront here. But the movie is weighed down by too many. Let me put it this way. There's a lot of really clever ideas in this that they don't get a chance because they take the lazy way out with some of the jokes here.
Oh, sure. In fact, they repeat the exact same jokes several times in here. Like, wait, you used that 15 minutes ago, that exact same pun about, it's like chasing our own tail. Expect the other dog to lean over. Yeah, you just said that.
Yeah. And it's one of those things where you're like, you're waiting for them to kind of cross the line, but they just don't. Just like adults trying to write a joke book for kids, and they really don't know how to talk to their audience.
Well, they felt like there were two different people writing this movie. There was one that writes and does movies like Marmaduke exclusively, and they're like, you know what? We just need to get through this. It's for like 6-year-olds, and who cares? And the other guy was like, no, I think we can do better than that, and actually managed to write some funny jokes that never go anywhere. You're like, wow, that's a great setup. Oh, there was a good line there, and let's just drop that.
Or just try to play on the whole premise of the whole spy genre and really bring it to the forefront of what they're trying to do. But,
Well, it's like the Good Writers jokes, like they would be sporadic. It's almost like they collected everybody's jokes and everybody's puns, and all the puns they kept. I don't think there was a single pun they wasted.
Oh, yeah, they were all Cyrus's.
Yeah, I know. I kept looking over at Cyrus, waiting for him to like take his hat off and throw it down.
I wouldn't have lowered myself to the level of the puns this movie chose to go with. Like I said, they were repeating the same fucking puns.
Really, if you were at the theater and you would have scanned down the roll, I mean, let's just say in the movie they're like, "That's doggone good." Yeah, the rest of it just sitting up there like, "I can't believe this." And Cyrus is sitting on that. that dog is funny. That dog funny.
That goes to show how little you understand about both me and puns.
I think I saw him take out a piece of paper and it was writing some of that shit.
That's clever. So clever.
Well, I know that with the first movie, the villain was the character I hated the most.
Yes.
He talked too much and everything he said wasn't funny.
Yes.
And I think it was Sean Hayes who played it.
Yeah, it was as Mr. Tinkles.
Yeah. Now, in this movie, he's got a much smaller role. It's almost like a cameo. And that was probably my favorite part of the movie.
There is one way to defeat Kitty Galore. Step 1, release me immediately.
What? Forget it.
Step 2, I'm gonna need a space shuttle.
No.
Oh, all right. You guys are no fun.
Look, I can't help you fight other villains, all right? It's a professional courtesy thing. I'd be blackballed, laughed at. I'd lose my pension. However, I will say this. A cat's eye reveals everything.
What's that supposed to mean?
It's a riddle, Sherlock.
Oh, I was trying to be mysterious. Oh, never mind. And now, leave! I'm planning my escape, you know.
Yeah? Good luck with that.
What? Good luck? For the great Tinkles? An evil genius doesn't need good luck. Although I could use a passport and a speedboat. Cats rule.
Just like this, clearly this is a character who's a small dose character.
Well, that's one of the things that did help the movie. They got a new villain because see, in this, it starts out again not with a lot of kiddie stuff. We have what is the police guy's name in this?
Chris O'Donnell?
Yeah, I almost said Robin. Yeah, ever since that boy was Robin, he ain't grown up since then. He could have came out in that costume. I would have.
They should have made him Robin. That would have made the movie better.
And his dog Wonder. No, was the dog's name Diggs or Biggs?
Diggs.
Yeah, Diggs. Diggs. Because
who plays Diggs? Who's the voice of Diggs? I couldn't figure it out.
It was James Marsden.
Okay.
And it
should have been Mel Gibson. Diggs. Danny Glover is the other dog.
Well, they've been walking up to the villainous Kitty Galore. Listen, you little cunt.
What you can do is get down on all fours and blow me. Now, if it had been Mel Gibson as that, if it had been Mel Gibson as that dog, it would have been him just attacking black people. Sick 'em, boy. Is he a Jew? I know. Yeah, they sit up there tell him, sick 'em, boy. He's like, is he a Jew or a nigga? I ain't going for him. Don't eat white meat. But no, I mean, hey, get that pun down.
I got it. I just didn't respond. That's all.
No, in this one, Diggs looks like a real heroic German Shepherd, and the movie starts out kind of funny. They got one of those crazy car salesmen in the Uncle Sam costume. Why do used car salesmen always wear that costume?
July 4th sales.
Yeah, is that what it is? Yeah. Like, yeah, every one of them got that suit in their closet. But it starts out with a crazy car salesman, Uncle Sam costume, about to blow up his employees, and we see Diggs getting ready to go out there and take charge, and they're telling Diggs, "No, stop, Diggs," and we think that Diggs just knows what he's doing. He's like, no, I do this all the time. Trust me. And he goes out there and blows that shit up. And we quickly learn that Diggs is a fuck up.
Yeah.
But I love the cop on the scene going, it's like, he's wired the place, the used car lot with explosives. I kind of have mixed feelings about this one.
Yeah. You're right. We think Diggs is gonna be the hero, and he kind of screws the pooch.
And you're just dying to say that. What are you coming down on me for?
That scene is pretty funny because we get to see Diggs like flying up to the screen. Everybody's making fun of him at the Dog Canine Secret Society, whatever it's called, Paws or whatever it's called. I don't know.
Who knows?
But
who cares?
Who cares? Yeah, it's a fucking secret society of talking super dogs. But the head of the organization says, "I see something in that dog. That dog's got moxie." So we're going to bring him in, and we need him because we have a new villain out there. Not a villain, but a villainess. the dangerous, crazy Kitty Galore, who is a hairless cat that has planned on destroying all human beings by making dogs turn on their owners where they can no longer be their protectors. Man. And I thought that was kind of cool because they do play on the whole like Blofeld spy thing from the Roger Moore movie, from the James Bond movies.
Kitty Galore's origin is like a cross between the Joker and the Batman.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Joker and Lex Luthor.
Yeah. No, they have some clever things in there where they give you like these drops of jokes that refer to the spy genre, and I thought that was pretty funny. But
and the opening credits, very cool Bond like opening credits.
I was laughing at those too. But I tell you what,
my favorite part.
After the opening credits and after we get through the bomb scene and all that funny stuff, right after that, in the span of 1 minute, less than a minute, let me tell you what I saw. I saw the dog poker joke.
Yeah.
A dog goes by the screen smoking, saying, "Excuse me, hot dog," and then they show the boxer or the pit bull, whatever, riding a skateboard like the dog in the YouTube video. I'm just like, damn, can y'all just let me breathe in between this shit? Really?
No, that's not the goal.
See, honestly, that doesn't bug me because it is one of those, like, let's just keep firing and firing and firing and firing and firing movies, and some of it's going to stick, and some of it does stick. And with those type of movies, just like, I mean, shit, you go back and watch the original Airplane. Only 1 out of every 5 jokes is actually funny.
Whoa.
Nah, y'all are remembering with nostalgia. I'm sorry.
No, should tell everybody how they feel.
Okay, fine.
And that's how you feel about it.
Okay, fine. But I feel that is the truth. And if that came out now, it's how you'd feel about it now.
Wait a minute,
and I'm just saying that these type of movies, they can be good. They can also be really fucking terrible, like Disaster Movie and all that shit. But they can be funny. And this one is like one of those, you know what? This is tolerable because enough of the jokes are worth a chuckle that, you know, who cares about the ones that are just flying constantly.
I just want people to soak this in. The day that you compared Dogs and Cats 2 to Airplane.
Oh,
hey,
people,
Corey,
did you witness that?
Hey, Corey, crazy people don't know they're crazy. But you know what? You're right. It does. They fire.
Oh, you know what?
Away.
You're right. Is that what you just said?
No, you're right as far as they fire away. They fire away at all these dog puns and all these dog and cat jokes. And the thing is, to me, watching it after the initial like 15 minutes where they do a pretty decent job of setting up the scenario, the situation, the movie, how it's going to go forward. It's like they got a cat and dog and put them in one of those really small cages when you're about to take them to the vet and just fucking picked that thing up and just threw it down the fucking street. Because all it was after that was just a bunch of noise to me, honestly. Like sitting there, it was like a bunch of cats and dogs screaming at each other back and forth, bantering back and forth, and you just wanted to, I wanted to put them down.
You say it's just dog and cat jokes, but I disagree. There's lots of spy jokes as well, or both at the same time, and sometimes that's what makes it funny. One of the funniest bits in the whole movie is from the villain from the last one, which didn't happen until 3/4 of the way till the film. I mean, it's a pretty damn funny
Honestly,
bit.
only one scene worked for me, and that was Silence of the Lambs scene.
That's what I'm talking about. I even thought that some of the action stuff was like, okay, it looks totally fake, but I'm like moving my head from side to side watching it and enjoying the way they're using the 3D once they made it work.
See, I could have enjoyed that Silence of the Lamb joke, and I'm not going to even tell people what it is because the moment you see them going into a dark dungeon, you know what to expect. And I could have enjoyed that joke had not everything else previous to that been so obvious. I mean, we have another movie here where it's so obvious with his humor that they even they turn to the old.
Say hello to my little friend.
The old good old reliable. I mean,
when they did that,
I hate that.
looked over at you.
I hate that. Stop using that one.
I really hope Al Pacino's getting a paycheck for everybody for every time they say this.
Because a moratorium on Scarface jokes and blankets sold by the side of the road.
Yeah.
In 20 minutes, I will begin broadcasting the Call of the Wild! And every canine on this planet will become a mad dog forever!
Right. Like I'm supposed to believe a bunch of weird sounds are gonna make me a mad dog forever!
Ah, so you do understand. I was worried the whole thing was a tad complicated. You know, for a dog.
What I did enjoy in this was some of the voices that they used for the characters, like Bette Midler as Kitty Galore. And it could have been because the animators animated that character so well, and I love the whole thing of a cat instead of having, like supervillains have a cat always on their lap. Instead of having, it's a cat that's a villain, so instead of having a cat on its lap, it had like a little midget that was petting. No, it didn't have a mouse. I'm joking.
That was Mini-Me, didn't you know?
Yeah, that was
Vern Troyer.
Vern Troyer. That wasn't a mouse. That was Vern Troyer.
Part of what bugged me though was that I'm saying this again, but it's so disconcerting the way like every character had a different basis to the way they did it. Like Kitty Galore was almost entirely CG. You hardly ever saw an actual cat there. I mean, to be fair, hairless cats were disconcerting enough as it is. But and then you've got the Roger Moore cat in England on the video that looked like a Warner Brothers cartoon. It was so fake. Well, and then you've got the little robot dog that was the Q or whatever that was clearly an animatronic.
Oh yeah,
and then there are real dogs too, and you're like, God damn it, man!
No, because the Wallace Shawn cat. That was a stuffed cat the entire time.
Oh yeah. I
mean, like a Care Bear, like something you buy at a Build-A-Bear workshop.
That didn't even look like a real cat at all.
Not at all. Yeah. Not even a little bit.
No. That was the thing. I mean, I was watching this and I was saying, can no one else see how fake this shit? Can nobody see how fake this shit looks? You can't do this. You just can't. Okay. I mean, it either has to be all animatronics together or a combination of the two. Are all CG because
even Babe, some of it is animatronics, but some of it is real animals.
But they blended it so well.
Yeah, you have to put the work in.
They brought in like a CG dog that was just doing Shakespeare, acting his ass off, had a skull in his paw and everything. And then they brought a little dog up that was literally a dog head on a stick.
Yeah, it was like Zaboomafoo. Yeah, there's stock footage of a real lemur. That is what it looked like.
That is funny if they really did use like a stuffed dog. That was
they get the animals in to act their parts as much as they can, and then they die and they stuff them and then use them for the animatronic.
It worked for Milo and Otis.
Yeah, and if Peter came in, they'd be like, "Well, that dog had heartworms. He was going to die anyway."
Yeah, I know.
But this way, he's immortalized.
It was our Make-A-Wish Foundation for dogs. He wanted to be in a movie. Sure, you get to be in the scene where the truck blows up and you're driving.
Dog sitting up there, nose falls off. Cut! Get me a fresh dead dog. Nah, man, that looked terrible to me that they did that. I don't even know how they thought that would work, much less in 3D.
Yeah,
that was awful.
Which was awful. Yeah, it looks like shit, honestly.
Well, I thought that the 3D in this was pretty cool when they got it right.
Yeah. I mean, once the theater got it right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. When the theater got it right, because they had it reversed.
Yeah, the depth reversed.
That was freaking me out.
So the background was coming forward. Yeah,
I felt like it was like actual spy thing going on, and they were putting messages in our head or something. I was like, I can't see right. My brain.
That's good. I thought I had a brain tumor.
I thought the studio spiked everyone's drink.
You know what? Yeah, in the theater they had the depth of field office on where the audio. I mean, the 3D was reversed, and everybody was like getting headaches, and everybody was like. At least I was swimming. And you're right. I did wonder if it was like some conspiracy because when I looked up in the projection room, there was a cat doing the projection. I got you now. but no, there are things that I did like the 3D. I thought the 3D was cool. There were some people that I thought would annoy me in this movie that actually made me laugh. Like Cat Williams,
Cat Williams was great.
Who was Seamus, the pigeon?
The pigeon. I mean, it's probably his best role to date.
Man, I would give this movie credit. There was one scene in here where it made me laugh so hard when that little girl kept going through the slide.
Yeah.
And Cat Williams was finally stopped and like, girl, is there something wrong with you?
How's you gonna walk through this goddamn?
But you have Nick Nolte, like essentially a buddy cop movie at points, and really you're not gonna do more with him than that. I mean, it was just kind of sad.
I was tickled by the fact that they had him in there to do that.
Yeah, I laughed for the first 10 minutes anytime he said anything, just because it's Nick Nolte is the dog.
Well, when you think about it seems like he only had about like 5 minutes worth of lines.
Man,
really.
How much better would this movie have been if Walter Hill had directed it?
Well, Nick Nolte, he does play the dog Butch in here. And I don't think there was a dog. I think they got Nick Nolte out of bed one day and just brought him to the set and just put a collar on him. Yeah, they told him they just put his ass on all fours.
Yeah. God damn it.
Start rolling before he sobers up.
We thought you were Gary Busey.
Yeah, he's looking around. Where the fuck am I?
Where's my lines?
But no, movie. Yeah, no, I just think that this movie had so much potential to be so much better. And they just squandered it by going for the easy way out. And to me, that's just a waste. But I definitely liked it better than the first one. I liked the actors didn't annoy me as much. And as I said, I genuinely laughed at some parts in this. I'll give it a good matinee. I think the kids would really enjoy it. Well, they don't care if it's in 3D or not.
Wow, I thought for sure.
For everything you said.
What did I say? Did I say matinee?
Yeah.
You said a good matinee.
Yeah, you said a good matinee. I'm like, what?
A cat pops out of my head. No, it's No, I meant a rental.
I mean, I did pretty much the same thing, actually. I started, there was a point, the first half hour, I went, you know what, this is okay. I think this might even be a matinee. And it did just get worse, but there were still points that kept bringing me back in. I liked a lot of the visual stuff going on. A lot of the fun roller coaster ride shit really worked for me. I was like, wow, I'm enjoying this. It's so fast paced. There's never really a boring moment, even if it's being stupid, which, God damn, does it get stupid. And the effects are they throw you so far off of it with the animals that it's just, how are you supposed to, even in a kid sort of way, care about anybody in here when they just, I mean, God damn, they look so bad. But I did enjoy it more than I didn't, I think. You think? So but I'm still can't give it much more than a high rental. That's what I'm going to say.
There's not a whole lot I can add to what you guys are saying. I feel more positive about the movie than you, but everything you're saying is valid. All of you, every one of your negative complaints. But the big thing for me was like, I went in prepared to hate it because I hated the first one. And all I kept thinking was like, this is going to be G-Force all over again. And I thought it was much better than that, just writing wise and character wise. And you know what? Yeah, I almost got knocked out of it several times, but somehow Cat Williams, he was like with that character who would come on and just had enough unpredictability to him that I was like, you know what? I just want to hear what this guy's going to say. And the Hannibal Lecter scene. But at the same time, while I was in it for that, I realized like by the time I got to the climax, I didn't know what was going on and I didn't really care to figure it out. It was just like, all right, this is just big action movie climax stuff and I'm not even sure what the goal is here.
Yeah.
But in the end, like I said, Corey, where you say you thought it wastes a lot of potential, I never thought it had much more potential than what it had. And I'm surprised it lived up to it as much as it did. And I go with a rental.
Okay.
Wow. Listening to all your reviews, it sounds like this movie should get some old bullshit. Honestly, because out of hearing your reviews, I haven't heard a single really positive one besides it was okay.
But we said positive things.
Did you just hear what he just said?
I understand that.
I thought he was going to give it a matinee the way he was talking about it.
But the thing is that, I mean, Leon, I agree with you. Cat Williams was like the only really shining spot in this whole cast.
Yeah.
The little I chuckled at the Silence of the Lambs scene, but other than that, this movie just gave me a big headache once again. And it's funny because I was actually surrounded by kids, and I can tell they were bored to death because they started to squirm around, and their parents started disciplining them right there in the theater. And that made me realize that, wow, if these kids can't get into this, I sure as hell can't right now because this 3D, honestly, Corey, I thought the 3D was god-awful. Even there's a flying sequence that just, it was so dark. And I don't know if it was the theater's fault or if it was the actual film, but it looked so dark I couldn't tell what was going on. And there was just no one in this film I cared about. I didn't care about that lead dog. And even I thought they wasted the whole Chris O'Donnell pet owner. He cared about this dog, and you see like a little semblance of somewhat of a story there with his character, and they just throw it away until the very end. But I didn't give two shits about this movie. It's getting some old bullshit. I'm sorry. If there was a dog right now, all those dogs were here, I'd shove their head right in it just so they'd know better not to ever do that again. Please, I don't want to. 10 years down the road, I don't want another one of these fucking movies.
It was funny. Chris O'Donnell in the movie, he's a new father, and he didn't give a shit about that baby. He's like, no. I gotta find Diggs.
Yeah.
Honey, we need some diapers. No, I gotta find Diggs.
He hangs up one poster, and then you don't see him till the end of the movie when Diggs.
I know. You know what? He was so concerned about Diggs because Diggs was his excuse to not stay home and be a father.
I guess that's what I got out of it.
He any reason to get out of it because even the police told him like, look, this dog is a scrub. We got to get rid of it. And he's just like, no, you don't understand.
That was the only thing I had.
This is my way out.
Just the dog is the best fuck I ever had.
No, honey, baby's crying. Fuck that baby. Where's Diggs? God damn it.
No, what's the name of the actor you keep saying played the pigeon?
Cat Williams.
Okay, see, I didn't know who that was. Who is that?
He's mostly a comedian.
Badass.
Okay, because I keep hearing Kat Dennings in my head, and I'm like, wow, that pigeon's got great tits.
No.
Picture his tit pigeon, I would totally fuck.
Oh, man, come on. You got the Pimp Chronicles at home. You watch it 3 times a day, being the pimp that you are. No, man. That's the
nicest thing you've ever said to me, Corey.
Really?
Treasure
it. Might be. I have to go back and check, but yeah.
I tell you something else about this movie that did kind of annoy me a little bit. I don't know why, because a lot of movies that require voices, whether it be movies like this or just pure animated films, they always have an actor or two in here that They could have been anybody. They're so generic. You have Neil Patrick Harris in here, who plays. I guess he's the head, the head beagle, whatever. That was in the last movie. Was he in the last movie?
No, he wasn't.
Sure if
No,
he was. I was trying to figure it out because
Neil Patrick Harris wasn't. But was that character in the last movie?
Yeah.
Okay. I wasn't sure if that was supposed to be the same guy or not because God knows Alec Baldwin's dog isn't there, and I don't know how's this supposed to be connected to the first one? I'm confused.
And what with Catherine, the Christina Applegate character?
Really? They paid Christina Applegate?
Oh, was she the cat from
that they had to work with? Yeah.
I didn't even know that was her. I didn't even care.
You don't know until you read the credits on the poster. You're like, really?
What was the point
IMDb.
of that?
Yeah.
But I tell you what,
even Roger Moore is the main cat, or the guy who runs the good cat.
What's shocking about that? I honestly thought that they had a great opportunity to really play up that Roger Moore, that voice and just that character.
Why even get him?
And exactly. And the thing is, they completely wasted him.
Well,
completely.
That's also like how much the rights to the Bond franchise can be pretty tight. It's like, you might be able to get the actor who you get the audience associated, but you can't come out and say.
No, that's bullshit. You want to know why? Because Roger Moore was in Cannonball Run, playing basically James Bond, but he was Roger Moore.
Did they call him James Bond anytime?
No. But
actually,
he was wearing the suit. He had the gadgets.
You got to remember, he can be the Saint too, which was before Bond too. So he can be a secret agent.
And that cat did have a tuxedo on. That cat was pretty.
He was a tuxedo cat.
All I wanted to hear was that music. Dun, 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 dun.
Now that they might have a little trouble getting home.
But there was a clever. This is what I'm talking about. One of the most clever sight gags in here was every time a human comes by, the dogs always have to go to sniffing ass, and they're wondering like, why do we do this? Which made me feel sorry for whoever the secret dog agent was that got caught at the wrong time and either had to like eat shit, like dogs. Oh, not again! I get humped by another dog. It was like I'm on top this time.